You're okay to stop?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? We're just,
Yes, we can.
okay,
yes, we can.
perfect. We're just waiting. There's a little bit of an issue. I'm just kind of holding on for a second here. So we're going to start momentarily.
That one. That furnace is on.
Just nice in here.
Yeah, I turned it off and I can smell it just started. Well, somebody was in.
There's some that aren't at the top. Bear with us. We shouldn't be much longer. Hold on. Hey, everybody, sorry about that. I'm going to get started. So I wanted to welcome everybody. My name is Lisa Petrocco, and I'm the manager of taxation. Today I have with me Ashley Brown, my admin assistant, and Jeremy Rohde, my tax analyst. And we're going to have our 2021 tax sale today. So I just want to take note right off from the beginning that there's been two properties that have been redeemed today. 72 Northern Avenue, property number 2, and property number 3, 399 Morin Street. So they've both been redeemed and canceled. So anybody that submitted tenders on those properties, we will return those to you. I'd like to mention also that to everyone that the legal precedence still gives the property owner opportunity to redeem their property up to the time of the tax deed is registered, and the tax sale process is technically not finalized until the tax deed is registered. I want to assure everybody that the tax office will move quickly after the tax sale process and to have the deeds registered. It can take approximately 30 days from start to beginning. And from today to when the balance of the tender has been received. Those of it's submitted a successful tender have 14 days from the date of notification that is mailed out to you to submit the balance of the tender. The tax sale office also retains the second highest bid in the event that a payment is not received or the requirements of the municipal tax sale rules were not met from the highest bidder. Any unsuccessful bids will be returned along with the deposit check and the tender form by regular mail as soon as possible. I'd like to caution everyone that who submitted tenders that the city is not obligated to provide vacant possession of any of the properties which may be occupied. That is a responsibility of the purchaser to seek legal advice on how to handle the eviction process. The city cannot provide a clear title to any property that shows any interest in favor of the Crown in the right of Ontario or Canada. The successful tenderer will be responsible to pay whatever money is owing to the Crown as a result of their interest. Inquiries should be made on the property prior to submitting a tender. So we're going to start opening the tenders, and we're going to start with property 1, 27 Blake Street. So tender number 1 is from Daniel Victor Roderick. I apologize if I mess up anybody's name. The tender amount is for $14,000 and the deposit is for $2,800. Tender number 2, and again, I apologize if I mess up your name, Mohad Nasir Juan. Tender amount of $12,786 and a deposit of $2,560. No, that's fine. You need to. Or if you would prefer, you can turn off. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Tender number 3. Dasa Kumar. Oh goodness, Sabra Nenium. Hope I said that close. For a tender amount of $25,000 and a deposit of $6,500. I tried to turn that furnace off. It's painted shut. It's painted shut.
That. Oh my God. Nothing pretty here.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You have the magic touch. Is this number three?
Four.
Four. So tender number 4 is from 2647954 Ontario Limited. A tender amount of 32,700 and a deposit of $6,540. Five. Six.
Five.
Five. Can't count. So tender number 5 from Nino Dizano in the amount of 24,500 and a deposit of 4,900. And this one's number 6, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Tender number 6 is from Ali Chaudry. Tender amount of 13,000 and a deposit of $3,000. That's the last one,
That's
right?
it for that property, yeah.
So just a minute here and I'm gonna, all of these properties are going to be confirmed once we get returned to the office. So this is, we're just verifying, but we will confirm the bids and send out the letters as I stated earlier in the process. You want me to, I don't want to move forward.
Okay.
Do you have an idea?
What do you want to do, sir?
I'm with the top 2 bids.
Oh, okay. Uh, 4 and 3.
So preliminary, right now, we have the top bid is from 2647954 Ontario Limited with a tender of 32,700. And the second one is Dasa Kumar Subramaniam for a tender of 25,000. Like I said, we will confirm these and send out letters. So we're going to move to property 2, which is canceled. Property 3 is canceled, so we're going to move to property number 4.
And that's by the portion.
No, 19. Do we have any for 19?
Nope,
Wellington,
no, there's no.
okay, so property number 4, we have no bids. Property number 5 is 13 Abbott Street,
There's no bids.
no bids. Property number 6, 149 Gore Street,
There's no bids.
no bids. 201 John Street,
No bids.
no bids. 584 Sherborne,
There's bids.
okay. So the next one we're going to open tenders for 584 Sherborne Street. Thank you. So tender number one is from Angelo Maioni in the amount of 37,847.35 and deposit of 7,600. Somebody's.
There's tape like
Can you go from the bottom?
that.
Got you.
Don't know if the-
So tender number two is from 1722843 Ontario Limited for a tender of $18,003 and a deposit of 3,660 cents. Number three.
Yeah.
So tender number three is from 2647954 Ontario Limited in the amount of 42,700 and a deposit of $8,540. Tender number four is from Ugo Capus. I am gonna mess up your name. Capiscoto. Yeah, for a tender amount of 37,600 and a deposit of 7,520. Let me take them off mute after and then for questions at the end. Yeah. Tender number five is from Michael Butler in the amount of, it looks like $21,601.02 and a deposit of 4,400. Tender number six is from Nino Dizano. The tender amount is 23,500 with a deposit of $4,700. Tender number 7 is from 2865199 Ontario Limited or Ontario Incorporated, sorry, with a tender amount of 20,000 and a deposit of 4,000. That's okay. Just, I'll make it happen. Do it from the bottom.
And then that's it.
That's okay. Make it work.
Alright. Great.
So tender number 8 is from Kirsten Sarah Eden Armstrong in the amount of 22,624 and a deposit of 4,600.
Nice.
Tender number 9 is from Ali Chaudry. Bid of $20,000 and a deposit of $4,000. Is that all? Okay,
Give me 1 minute.
yeah.
Number 9 is 1, number 7 is 2.
So the top 2 tenders for 584 Sherborne. The top one is from 2647954 Ontario Limited. With a tender amount of 42,700. Second highest is from Angelo Maioni. With a tender amount of $37,847.35. So property number 9, there's no bids. Property 10 is 630 Brunswick. So tender number 1 is from 9646892 Canada Inc. with a tender amount of 2,875 and a deposit of 575. Tender number 2 is from Mohad Nasir Shuan. I hope I said your name right, with a tender amount of $3,786 and a deposit of $760. Tender number 3 is from Andy Soban in the amount of $2,888 and a deposit of $600. So tender number 4 is from Jason St. Pierre with a tender amount of $4,500 and a deposit of $1,000. Tender number 5 is from Howard Wilson and Althea Ramsey. Tender amount of $4,100 and a deposit of $820. Tender number 6 is from 2865199 Ontario Inc. in the amount of $10,000 with a deposit of $2,000.
And that's it for that one.
And then,
There's no bids.
yeah, and then this one, yeah. So the top 2 bids, the first one is from 2865199 Ontario Inc. for a tender amount of $10,000. And the second highest is from Jason St. Pierre with a tender amount of $4,500. So the next property, 634 Brunswick, property number 11. So tender number 1 is from 9646892 Canada Inc. in the amount of $3,500 and a deposit of $1,600. 7,500 or 3,590. Oh,
3,590.
sorry, $3,590 is the tender amount with a bid deposit of 1,600. Tender number 2 is from Mohad Nasir Juan for a tender amount of $3,786 and a deposit of $760. Tender number 3 is from Jason St. Pierre for a tender amount of $4,500 and a deposit of $1,000. Tender number 4 is from Andy Soban for a tender amount of $3,001 and a deposit of $601. Tender number 5 is from Howard Wilson and Althea Ramsey in the amount of $4,100 and a deposit of $820.
Number 6.
Tender number 6 is from 2865199 Ontario Inc. in the amount of $10,000 and a deposit of $2,000. That's it?
Yeah.
Seven, then 24.
So the top tender is from 2865199 Ontario Inc. with a tender amount of $10,000. And the second is Jason St. Pierre with a tender amount of $4,500. So we'll move on to property number 12. There was no bids. Property 13 is the last one, and we have 2. tender number 1 is from Gary Raymond Russell Kearns in the amount of $5,555 and a deposit of $1,111. Tender number 2 is from Muhad Nasir Juan in the amount of $5,057.86 and a deposit of $1,012. So the highest bid would be the $5,555 for Mr. Kearns, and the second from Mohammed. So that concludes the opening of the tenders. I want to thank everybody for coming today. Like I said earlier, we will be confirming these ASAP, and we'll be sending out letters and returning tender amounts as soon as possible. So that, and the letters will include next steps in the tax process as well. So I just wanted to take the time to see if anybody had any questions. If you want to raise your hand, and Madison can unmute you.
Hi, I was wondering if you recorded it. I was wondering if we'd get a link to the recording.
I missed the last part.
I was wondering if you'd sending out a link to the recording of the Zoom meeting.
We've never done this before. I know we recorded it. Can I get back to you on that?
Sure, no problem.
What was your name?
My name's Corey.
Corey? Oh, I messed up your name, didn't I, Corey?
No, I was have a company number. It's fine. You didn't mention me.
Oh, okay. And do you have a phone number I can reach you at, or did you email me at all?
I did email you. Yes.
Okay, so I can find your contact information.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it. Okay. I will get back to you. Give me 24 hours. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Hi, so I had a question about the, if any of the winning bids may be rejected, because you guys didn't go through the formal process of like rejecting any of the packages. So
Yeah,
will that be done in your own office?
Yes, we will be confirming them. As of right now, it looks fine, but we'll look in more detail and confirm that and send out letters.
Okay, and then will you be contacting the successful bidders by email or by mail letter?
By mail.
Okay, and one last question, sorry. So
That's
if there was
okay.
any liens on the properties, earlier at the beginning, you said that if it was only crown liens. So just to clarify, if there was a construction lien or a mortgage lien, those would get waived?
No, we bear no responsibility on that, on any liens. They're sold through the tender process as is. We take no responsibility on the properties as far as any potential liens.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have any more questions? If you think of something, if a question comes up to mind after the fact, please feel free to email me or call me. My contact information's on the city's website. And I'll be happy to get back to you with any questions. So thank you today and have a great one. Bye, everybody.